How's your morning going?
It's going pretty good. It's like my first major activity. I've been in New York for like 3 months now, just doing nothing. So,
Oh my
um,
gosh, you've been in New York like for the past
yeah,
2 months?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna be here for 3 months. I don't know why I said it like that. So,
Oh.
um, yeah, I've been here for like 2 weeks now.
Do you like LA or New York better?
I'm from LA, so I'm gonna say LA for sure. But New York, I like it holds a special place in my heart. I have a good time out here every time. And it's fun. Everything's very close, and like you go out on the street and there's always something happening. It's so funny. Like there's like things will happen on the streets that you would never see in like a year of being in Los Angeles. You see, like yesterday, I got a free painting from this guy, Diego, an artist in Tompkins Square Park. Shout out Diego, my guy, gave me a painting for no reason. But yeah,
Love that nice little welcome back gift you can hang it in your apartment.
exactly.
He
He
sent you
knew.
that
He
back.
did.
Okay, so you have a new Dragons and Nine relaunch coming out.
Yes, we do. We do. Very excited about it. Dr. D is back in action.
How do you feel about your voice and seeing you animated versus you in person for your other acting jobs that you've had?
I think it's honestly it's really cool to see yourself animated. I feel like I've been fortunate enough where D'Angelo, like honestly, he favors me a little bit, so it like really makes sense when my voice comes out of the character. But it's still kind of trippy, being somebody who grew up watching cartoons and anime and always being a huge fan. It's like your dream come true. It's your dream realized. I mean, me and my sister would always look at characters and be like, "That one's gonna be me. That one's me." It's like
Yeah.
what actually is, and my younger cousin watches the show, so um it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope.
It's so crazy. When you're watching it and you hear your voice, I know you said it's a little bit trippy, but do you
Mhm.
like, like when you hear yourself, it's like, oh, I sound bad. Like that does not sound
Yeah,
like me. Or
yeah.
it's like fine.
I feel like it's honestly, after being on Blackish and Grunge for so many years, it's like I'm used to it. It's still a little bit cringy. I hate it's always uncomfortable to watch yourself because you do sound different and you sound, but like I feel like for some reason D'Angelo is like when I don't have to see my face and I can just hear my voice, I'm like,
Right.
all right, solid. I rock with this. So
Fine. And did you record in person? Like when did you record it? Because I know a lot of during COVID, people recorded like in their houses.
yeah, we recorded in person. Sometimes we recorded on the DreamWorks lot. Sometimes we recorded in Burbank. They have like a little sound stage over there. But yeah, all of it was in person. But we don't really ever get to interact with each other. It's the way animation is done nowadays, which is unfortunate because I used to have a lot of shows that I did earlier, like in the past. If we had like group scenes, we would get together and all be in the recording booth together. But now we're kind of separated. But for some reason, it all works so well. We have an excellent voice booth director, and Mary and John has been with the characters for so long. So yeah, it all ends up working out. We do it in person.
It's so funny though, because that you don't a lot of times it's like when we interview other voice actors, it's like, oh no, I didn't meet like any of the other cast. Like we never recorded.
Yeah,
It
no,
comes together so well.
I honestly have not met anybody. I met some people, but I know that there were like some role changes and stuff. I don't think we've ever met Jeremy, so
Like that's
it's
crazy. You're like in a
it's
whole
I
production
know exactly.
together.
That's like my best friend on TV, and it's like we've been working together for 4 years, and I've never met him. It's hilarious.
When you found out that you first got it and you were going to be an animated character, was like what was the reaction? Were you excited? I mean, you of course probably were excited, but were you kind of like, this is gonna be like a new venture for me, or
Yeah, I had done a few animated projects in the past. So I've done She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Home, The Good Dinosaur. So it was like, all right, this is cool. Like another I love doing voiceover. It's just a lot of every time you get in the booth, you really just get to go full force, which I feel like acting when you're on camera is a little bit more nuanced sometimes with like what you have to do with your face, but voiceover you can really just focus on
your
using
voice?
this instrument and just going ham, you know what I mean? So it's fun.
So, and also the taglines, new dragons, new adventures. So,
Yeah.
what is the craziest adventure in your personal life do you think that you've been on?
Craziest adventure I've been on personally. Honestly, this 3 months in New York is gonna be pretty fun. I'm subletting a room for one of my friends, and I'm here with my girlfriend, and we're just chilling, just trying to figure things out. Don't really have any plans. So it's definitely been a crazy adventure to embark on. I guess this whole like, doing Grownish and Blackish was a wild adventure. Trying to think of something more exciting that doesn't make me seem mundane. I don't know. I went ziplining in Puerto Rico. That
That's a
was
good one.
crazy. There was no safety. Also, this was the craziest experience I've ever had. There was no safety while we were climbing up to like the 100-foot, like, yeah, exactly. And it was raining and we weren't like strapped to anything. It was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. Cause like you slip and you're just dead.
You're done.
Like you're done. So that was an adventure.
Definitely not. That wins. That's a
Definitely, yeah.
And on your Instagram, you've been to a couple Rams games. So are you a big football fan?
Big Rams fan for sure. Yeah, and I mean I grew up a Raiders fan because my dad was a Raiders fan, but we've got a team back in LA finally, so
and they won the Super Bowl, so you're probably very excited about that.
I was at the Super Bowl. That was like one of the craziest adventures of my life as well. Yeah, I mean, just bless up. Let's go Rams.
You want Odell to come back?
I mean, obviously, Odell was like a key piece for us in the Super Bowl. He got injured, which was like unfortunate, but it's always great to have like a flashy kind of player on your team. It's always exciting, you know what I mean? So I'd love to have Odell back.
We'll see. Okay, so we have a game this or that.
Okay.
So there's two scenarios and you'll pick which one.
All right.
Okay. Dragons or snakes?
Dragons.
FaceTime or voice call?
Voice call.
Don't like the FaceTime vibes.
I do not need FaceTime. I'm just like, I will listen to I'd rather text, honestly. So the voice call is a big step for me. Yeah.
Stay in or go out?
I'm a little bit of both. I probably stay in most of the time though, I'll admit.
Yeah. In New York though, you're gonna have to step out.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've been people are having like freaking dinner at 9 and then like linking up for pre-games at 11. I'm like, I'm not built for this.
No, because New York never closes. Like New York,
exactly.
like LA is like 2, like we're gonna pre-game.
Yeah.
But like in New York, because I lived there for 3 years, and it's like 5 a.m. is like normal to get home, and you're just like,
exactly. I'm like, this is not. I need my beauty sleep.
Lose sleep or skip a meal?
I honestly normally have like 2 meals a day for some reason because I have like big meals. So I'll say skip a meal because I like eat humongous meals each meal that I have. So
pause time or rewind time?
I think I'm gonna go rewind.
Okay.
That way you make a mistake, you just back. Here I am.
Big family or small family? Which one do you want?
Oh, which one do I want? I think like small, I would say. I don't know about small, but like, I mean, what would you consider like 2 to 3 kids? How is that like big or small? I would say
like small.
That's small, right? That's like normal, I would say. Yeah.
And last one, binge watch the show or one episode at a time, any show?
Binge watch. I honestly, I am pretty terrible at binging though, but like I like to binge, but I just start way too many series at one time. So I end up watching a couple episodes at a time, then another series. I'm back and forth.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on the new project and have fun, the best time in New York. 3 months.
Appreciate it. I will.